Hey friends, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Mech Fan Toys Huge Dragon, otherwise known as Omega Supreme. Huge Dragon comes packaged in a sort of broken apart robot mode, but we've got him here in his first base mode. There are multiple different modes he can form. It comes with a little little tank that, honestly, the tank is probably my biggest complaint about this mode. And the reason I don't like the tank mode all that much is, well, you've got Huge Dragon's face is right there, and there's nothing in the directions that tells you how to change that. So yeah, cannon moves up and down, cannon goes around. That's my biggest complaint about the base mode, is the fact that his face is fully visible. The base mode itself looks pretty good, though it doesn't attach to the actual base in any way. So we could just lift the tracks out of the way, and you have multiple versions of this. Here is the base launcher version, or the basic launcher version. You can also put a little figure in here if it'll fit. You can then attach a bunch of little guns all over the place on this figure. Unfortunately, they are so tiny and so small, they're even too small for Legends class figures. This figure is meant to work with Mech Fan Toys or even Diaclone sets, the new Diaclone sets. They also come with these little pods. Each one of the pods contains a different vehicle exoskeleton. This pod contains the ground exoskeleton, and then the second pod contains the gyrocopter exoskeleton. I'm not going to pull them out simply because, one, I don't have any figures that are compatible with either of these sets, and two, it is a royal pain in the butt to get these things folded back up correctly. The next mode I would call is more of a field launch mode. Close up the trapdoor in the front, remove the missile, turn the whole thing upside down, point those sections in, move these sections out a little bit, and then you can bend these bits in like that. Stand it up, open up the little claw feet for the missile, and then take apart the tracks a little bit using one of the middle sections, and they will just come up and rest right there. And then we can flip these all the way up and just stand the missile up here. And that's another section, or another transformation. We gotta get these out of the way. It works. I think it works okay. I actually kind of dig it. You can attach these sections onto the back by unpegging them from the back and then just swinging these sections around, and then they will peg into place on the sides back here like that. So that's another option. And then on the actual missile is this cute little hatch. I think that works. That's pretty cool. So you could put that just off to the side here like that. So that's another method, or that's another form. Then we're going to go ahead and get into the more attack-centered forms. So we're going to start from this section here, fold up the missile pods, turn the figure around so that it is kind of pointing down like this, rotate these down, open up that section, the red section, and then these will get rotated down to form feet. And then there's a little peg around the sides, and that will peg into this peg hole right back here. Doesn't matter how you peg it in. And then you have yourself a little cannon embankment, which works pretty well. In fact, you can put a shockwave back here. I think that works. I like that. The next mode is what is an anti-aircraft mode. Close up the red part, take the top of the missile off and put it off to the side. Then we're going to come to the front here, and these guys will act as front legs, and these arms will act as back legs, like that. And then we attach these giant freaking cannons. And they attach by simply sliding into the slots and then pushing down. We do that on both sides. And there we go. We've got our own little anti-aircraft embankment. So you can fit, again, a smaller figure. None of the Transformers I have can actually fit in here. They're all too big. Actually, no. Hold on. I'll be right back. There we go. A Micromaster fits. One of the new Transformers Siege Micromasters. They fit, sort of. I dig this. I like this idea. The only problem is you're left with a lot of extra stuff just sitting around. So let's go ahead and put some of that stuff on the figure. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start forming the robot mode, which is simply straighten out these bits, which are going to be the legs, and then these sections will form the feet, and they will actually peg onto the inside like so. Oops, I think I might have that leg backwards. Let's see, where's its knee? There's its knee. Okay. So peg it in there, peg it in there, and close that up, and do the same thing on the other side. Peg it in, fold, peg it in, and then flip up the shins, like so. Alright, first part's done. Then for the torso, we come back and remove the shoulders, and that's pretty much it. There is one thing that we can do, and that is extend these back parts. Unfortunately, the one was broken on mine. It was broken out of the box. But these cannons have little hands that can flip out. Why? I don't exactly know. But they can flip out and act as arms, but when you do that, they get in the way. So what's the point? My thinking is there was another Mech Fans Toys set that these guns are supposed to or are meant to go with, and not this one. But we end up with this little sentry, cannon thing. Reminds me of something from Macross, in all honesty. Okay, let's go ahead and get Huge Dragon transformed correctly, fully. First, we will slide up and remove the cannons, then remove the Micromaster, fold the red canopy section open, remove the claw from the back, flip up the entire rear back, reattach the shoulders, like so. Things lined up correctly. Like that. And then we will reattach the claw on the one arm and the blaster on the other. Like that. Then take the treads and fold them up, and they will peg neatly into the backpack of the figure. So they peg in 1 and 2. If you've got them pushed in all the way, they are pretty snug. Lastly, the tank. Flip up the tank head, fold the treads in underneath the head. Finally, once we've got the head and treads set up, turn the cannon so they're pointing back with the treads, and the treads will go up against the back, and you'll have this T that forms, and that will go into place, and then this little section will snap into place under that. So just get everything lined up and get that snapped into place. While the transformation is easy, I think the overall robot mode looks incredibly good. It's also one of the better third-party Omega Supremes that I think we've ever gotten. It's not a very big figure, but I do like it quite a bit. The simplicity of the transformation is also really nice. I also like the fact that there is tons of posability on this figure. More on that in a second. Overall, the robot mode is strong. It's well detailed. It holds together pretty much perfectly. And it comes with a ton of accessories. Unfortunately, I can't use a lot of them because I don't have the right figures. That's something I'm just going to have to work on, I guess. Head is on a swivel and can turn 360 degrees. The tank turret moves up and down. Shoulders are ratcheting forward and back, and they are on a hinge for in and out. a swivel just above the elbow, and the ratchet in the elbow is nice, tight, and very loud. Ratcheting torso swivel. Ratchet in the hips for forward and back movement of about 90 degrees. Can split completely out on a swivel, a hinge. Swivel at the upper thigh. Ratcheting bend at the knee, though it's not quite 90 degrees. Side-to-side movement for the ankle. No other articulation found in the foot other than a little toe. Yes, the toe can move up and down, though it's really tight. The figure scales perfectly with MP10 Prime. It's just a little bit shorter, and it is roughly the same size as a leader class current Transformer, though I don't have any out at the moment. I did a whole bunch of putting away of figures lately. Also, Voyager class figure here for scale as well. I really like Huge Dragon, but it's not perfect. The cannons and claw for the arms don't stay together or don't stay on all that well. The backpack parts have a tendency to fall off pretty easily. The figure did come damaged because this bit was already snapped off when the figure showed up. And the other modes are they're okay. They offer a lot more play than the original figure did. I wish it came with one of the Mech Fan Toys little bots, or maybe I have to buy that from Diaclone, because not having them really limits the ability to use these extra pieces or extra components and extra guns. I have tried putting as many guns on him as I can. Doesn't really work all that well. The only real place in robot mode to put them is on this screw hole right here is really the best place to put it. I haven't been able to find any other spots. I was able to pick this figure up over at toydojo.com. That's the only place I've been able to find it. Big Bad Toy Store and the Chosen Prime currently do not carry it. Is it worth picking up? Yes, I think so. If you can get it for about $50, $40-$50, totally worth it. Its asking price of around $70 to $80 I think is a little bit too high for the figure. So folks, let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, I'm at Baltmatrix, and on Instagram, I'm on Baltmatrix. Facebook, you can find me at Baltmatrix Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all next time.